That's what I'm saying. If you smoking weed every day, you a dopefein. I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry to tell you, but you a dopefein. You is. Like, weed is a bad habit for sure. You wake up smoking weed. You go to sleep smoking weed. Nigga, you gotta smoke weed at the job. You gotta smoke weed on lunch. You gotta smoke weed during break. You gotta smoke weed playing the game. You gotta smoke weed before sex. You gotta smoke weed before you eat. You gotta smoke weed after you eat. Like, I'm just saying, man, just think about it. Is you a dopefein? Are you the dopefein? Welcome to It's a Cold Game Podcast. I'm your host, Scooby. We back in this thing. We back in this thing for the 21st time. You know what I'm talking about. We got over that hump of a dub. So we back in here for the 21st time. Congratulations to me. Tripping, I couldn't even find this shit. So congratulations. We back in this thing and we going strong. You know we gonna drop every week. You know, today Friday. We gonna drop this thing every week. Like I always say, man. Somebody gotta hear this shit. Like, for real. And let me say one thing. I'm gonna stop cussing. I gotta stop cussing. It seemed like everything that come out of my mouth is a cuss word. I gotta stop doing that. Like, I think I get it from my mom. My mom used to cuss like a sailor back in the day. But still, that's just an excuse. But I need to stop cussing. You know what I'm saying? I do need to stop cussing. I said I was going to stop saying, you feel me? I don't say it that much. So the next thing I'm going to work on is to stop cussing. But sometimes y'all got to hear this shit. For real. So let's get into it. How was y'all mental? How was y'all mental this weekend? I hope y'all mental was good. Like I always say, man, talk to somebody if you need to talk. Don't go jump off a bridge or jump in front of a car. That ain't the way to go. So, if you need to talk, man, hit my phone, 925-501-8650. I got 3 phones. I got 3 of these things. The other one in the room. So, if you need to talk, man, let me know. Somebody needs somebody all the time. Somebody needs somebody. You can't be out here by yourself. You can't. If you out here by yourself, man, you would go crazy. You will go crazy, for real. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody. I want to make that clear. So, yeah. This one going to be kind of short, though, because I ain't feeling it. Remember I told y'all last week, I had a scooter accident, and then today it was confirmed that I got a broken bone in my foot. So I got a cast and I got a splint on now. I mean, it don't hurt, it don't hurt and all, nothing like that. I just don't like being in it. You know, it's uncomfortable, but it is what it is. We go through shit. So yeah. So let's get into it. Get it off your chest for this week. Y'all know the WNBA finals game 4 is tied 2-2. I mean, I ain't trying to be disrespectful though, but man, we gonna keep it 100 on my show. This is my shit. Ain't nobody watching the WNBA finals though. I'm not gonna hold you. Ain't nobody checking for the WNBA finals. I ain't gonna lie. I only can name 2 people that's in the WNBA, and that's Clark and Reese. Them the only 2 people that I hear about and that I know about. But other than that, man, ain't nobody checking for the WNBA finals. But it's tied 2-2. You know, I watch SportsCenter. I seen it on SportsCenter. And yeah, if y'all want to check it out, Game 5, I think that's the last game. So yeah, y'all go tune into that shit. But yeah, let's get it off your chest. What did I have? I was listening to I like Get Money music. I like Peasy, BabyFace Ray, Filthy Rich. Who else? Jeezy, Gucci, like the old Gucci and Jeezy and shit. Who else I listen to? Icewear. Like, I listen to GT. I listen to a lot of niggas that's getting money, like getting money music that's elevating, And one thing BabyFace Ray said in one of his songs was, I think it was Why You Moved to LA or something. He's talking about a bitch. See, there we go. He was talking about a female. He said, I need to cut you off, but baby, I can't. He said, maybe I can't. Or something to that effect. And that's so true. Like, a lot of stuff I get is through poetry. Poetry is rap music. Like, poetry is rap music. I get a lot from rap music. You know what I'm saying? I do. A lot of people think rap music is bad, but rap music ain't bad. I get a lot of inspirational quotes from rap music. I can go down my phone and like anything I see that's inspirational or something like that, I put it in my quotes in my phone. Like, I got a lot of music. I got a lot of quotes that I listen to throughout the years in my phone, and I'm gonna make y'all gonna see what I'm gonna do. But yeah. So he said, what'd he say? He said, I need to cut you off, but I can't. And man, that's so true in today. Like, you'll be dealing with somebody and they'll do you wrong. It could be your friend, your family, your girlfriend. It could be anything. And it's like, I want to cut you off, but I can't. You can cut you off. I always tell my son, never say you can't do anything. I got to make sure it's on because I'll be tweeting. I tell my son, make sure you never say can't, because you could do all things. So, but I understand that lyric that he said, I need to cut you off, but I can't. You might have a female that you're dealing with. She do some weird shit, or she do some fake shit, or she just do some things that you don't like no more. And it's like, maybe you've been with her for so long that you want to cut her off, but you can't. Like, her family, her brothers, her sister, her mom real good. You got a good relationship. You got a good rapport with the whole family. And then it'll seem like, man, like, what happened to bruh? Like, what happened to dude? And then it'll make you look bad. That's how the family will make you look. But in your mind, you like, man, oh well. She was doing this, she was doing that, she did this, she did that. Y'all don't know. Y'all on the outside looking in. So that lyric that he said, that was real right there. I ain't gonna lie. I'm stuttering and shit. But that was real. I need to cut you off, but I can't. So that was one thing that stood out to me when BabyFace Ray said that. I'm like, damn, that nigga is right. Because it ain't just a girlfriend. Like I said before, it could be a family member. Somebody that did something to you. You let somebody borrow something and they never returned it or something like that. They making up excuses for it. This happened, this, such and such this. It could be your mom or dad or something. They did you wrong in the past. And you like, man, I want to cut you off, but I can't because that's my mom or that's my dad. You know what I'm saying? That nigga wasn't never there for me, or she wasn't never there for me growing up, but she want to build a relationship with me now. It's like, man, you could be like, nah, like you cut off. Like, nah, I don't want to deal with that. I'm too old for that. But at the end of the day, that's still your mom and your dad. And you can't cut them off because they might not have been there for you, but you came out of them. You know what I'm saying? You came out your mama, and your mama had to have sex with your daddy to make you, so you can't just cut them off. I mean, you can, like I said, you don't never say you can't do nothing. You for sure can, but it'd be kind of hard to. So, that lyric just stood with me, and I'm like, man, let me get that off my chest because it's some shit that happened to me. It's some shit that happened to me throughout the years. It'd be like, man, I should cut her off. I've been rocking with her for this long. She been my friend for this long. You know, I've been with her for this long. Like, I ain't gonna even get into it because I could get into it. I'm trying to elevate, and this person ain't. It don't seem like she trying to do this. She just wanna run the streets. She wanna do this. She wanna stay broke. Like, you feel me? Like, we could get into it. It could be something like that. But y'all get what I'm saying, though. But yeah, that was to get off your chest for today. Let's get into it. Topic of the day. This might be a good one. Let me find it. Here we go. Like, I thought about this one, and the topic is, you can't want it more than the next person. Do you think y'all understand what that means? You can't want it more than the next person. You can't. It never works out. It never works out. Never works out. So what I mean by you can't want it more than the next person, I mean, like, you know, I like giving examples. Like, for instance, yo granny been praying that your cousin stay off crack, but in praying, hoping, wishing the nigga stay off crack. You even tell him, like, bruh, when you gonna stop doing that, blood? Like, that ain't doing nothing for you. You just gonna die one day. You know, you just tell him all the repercussions of smoking crack. And the nigga still smoking crack. And you see it all in the body. Then he might elevate. He might elevate to something else. And you like, bruh. Then you tell him about something else, bro. Like, that ain't good for a nigga. Start snorting the heroin. Put that shit in the Visine bottle and put it up his nose. You know, we all from the hood. Y'all know how this shit go. Nigga doing both. He doing Belushi. Like, he doing both. And you trying to tell him, you tell him. But it's like, man, how long are you gonna tell a person to stop doing something until they get it? Like, you can't keep worrying about if they want to keep doing what they doing. Sometimes you just gotta let them do what they do. Just let them do what they do. I mean, you told them for years. This going on. Your grandma been talking about little Johnny to stop smoking crack for the last 30 years. Like, it ain't working. Like, sometimes you gotta give up. Obviously, they like it, and you can't tell them shit. So that's what I'm saying. You can't want it more than the next person. Obviously, they like smoking crack. They like getting high. They like stealing. They like being in jail. Like, you feel me? Like, if they like doing something, man, well, if the consequences and repercussions is death, man, so be it, man. Just know in your heart that you did everything you could to help that person. You did everything you could to help that person. And then, look, listen to this. They end up in jail. The first thing they say, man, I ain't gonna never do that no more. I ain't gonna never smoke crack no more. Look where I'm at now. I got high and went to jail. Was tweaking. Got high and started tweaking. Ended up in jail. Don't remember nothing. Don't remember nothing they did. They just in jail. Now they calling you to bail them out. Man, I promise I ain't gonna never do that again. Y'all know how this shit go. It's the same old thing. They get out and do the same thing. Like, you see him a couple weeks later, like, bro, I thought you wasn't gonna do this no more. Man, you know how it is. Nah, nigga, I don't know how it is. What happened? What, you just backslid that fast? Like, and it ain't just with drugs. It's for relationships. This shit goes a long way. Like, this shit goes a long way. It been times I ended up in jail. Nigga don't know how I got there. Don't know how I got there. Don't know what I did to get in there. Nigga, then you start thinking like you don't even gotta be in jail. Like, it could be the next day from a hard day of drinking. You'd be like, damn, what happened? You start thinking, and don't nothing come back, and then a nigga will call you the next day like, blood, you remember what you did yesterday? It's something like that. So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it ain't just with smoking, it ain't just drugs, it's with anything. Like I said, when I ended up in jail, shit, I don't remember shit. I didn't remember a damn thing until they told me, like, man, do you remember you was doing this? I'm like, damn, I did that. And then what you think I said? What you think I said to myself when I got out? I was like, man, I'll never drink again. Nigga, what I do? A week later, man, where the bottle at? Nigga, for real, like, I can talk about this shit now, you know what I'm saying? I can talk about it now because I don't drink no more, you know? So, like, my mom's, dad, people telling me, bro, you need to stop drinking, bro. That ain't good for you. Something gonna end up happening to you. Like I told y'all before, my uncle said, he's like, bro, you gonna end up killing somebody or somebody gonna kill you. That's what he told me. And it never stuck with me. It never did until, like, I tell you, like a couple years later, then I stopped drinking. I got on my good foot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got on my good foot. But that's all I'm saying, man. If you keep telling a person to do the right thing and they continue to do the wrong thing, something is gonna trigger like this, and then they're gonna stop. And then eventually they are going to stop. But something was going to have to happen in order for them to stop. But hopefully it don't never get that far. But that's how life is, though. That's how life is. That is how life works. Like, a person, a guy that has a very bad habit, it's going to take a trial. It's going to take trials and tribulations for that person to end up stopping. With me, I've been through trials and tribulations with drinking, and I kept going. Like, for real. Like, I kept going. Nigga, kept going. Where the bottle at? Like I said, where the bottle at? It just was like a couple years ago where I stopped smoking cigarettes, stopped drinking, and stop hanging out and stuff like that because I'm trying to get this money, man. I can't be broke, which I ain't broke. But it's just like, you got better things to live for than drinking. Like niggas that do drugs, you got better things to do than do drugs. Like, for real. Like, if you smoke weed every day, you a dopefein. Just straight up, we keeping it 100. You a dopefein. For real. Like, you gotta have it. Where the weed at? You smoking weed Monday through Friday. Do you know how much money you would save if you stopped smoking weed? Just picture it. Just say you spend 60 a day, or 100. Just say, for instance, you spend 100 a day smoking weed. That's $700 a week. So how many 700s has you spent in your lifetime? Let's add it up. Let's add it up. How many weeks? Hey Siri, how many weeks is in a year?
The answer is 52.18 weeks.
So it's 52 weeks in a year. So let's just say 52 weeks in a year. So 52 divided by 7. Okay, we're gonna do what's 7 times? So 700. So in a whole month. So a week. So 7, 14, 21, 28. So 2,800 times 12. So you spending about 33,000 on weed a year. Just say, is that right? $700 a week. 7, 14, 21, 28. 2,800 times 12. Yeah, I was right. 33,000. So, do you see how much money that is a year? Like, but you would do anything for a blunt. And then the cold part about it is, y'all going to the smoke shop. Well, what is that shit called? The dispensary. And they taxing. The dispensary is taxing. And the dispensary, that ain't real weed. Nigga, that's what I'm saying, man. They getting this shit sprayed. They doing all type of shit to this shit. And y'all buying this shit. That's what I'm saying. If you smoking weed every day, you a dopefein. I'm sorry to tell you, but you a dopefein. You is. Like, weed is a bad habit for sure. You wake up smoking weed. You go to sleep smoking weed. Nigga, you gotta smoke weed at the job. You gotta smoke weed on lunch. You gotta smoke weed during break. You gotta smoke weed playing the game. You gotta smoke weed before sex. You gotta smoke weed before you eat. You gotta smoke weed after you eat. Like, I'm just saying, man. Just think about it. Is you a dopefein? Are you the dopefein? Hey, I ain't gonna even lie, man. My calculations, I think they was wrong. If you spend $100 a day for a month, it's 7 days in a week, a whole week. So 7, 14, 21, 28. So, yeah, I'm right. So, well, then, okay, that's $2,800 a month. That's a lot of money. That's a lot, like me drinking, like drinkers. If you gotta have a bottle every day, you gotta have a shot every day, you're an alcoholic. And I was numb to that. I probably was an alcoholic. I can say up and down I wasn't. But shit, if you drink every day, drink 3 times a week, drink 4-5 times a week, and you drink a whole bottle, nigga, you an alcoholic. I'm sorry to say, but I know for a fact, especially if you drinking to get drunk, sloppy drunk, you an alcoholic. If you drinking hard alcohol and gotta have a beer to wake you up in the morning, you drinking during the game. You drinking before work. You drinking after work. You drinking during work. You drinking. I'm just saying, you're an alcoholic. You might not think so. You just gotta look yourself in the mirror, man. We gotta stop lying to ourselves. A bad habit is a bad habit, and I'm not saying just a dopefein. You could be snorting powder, doing brown, sipping syrup. All this shit go hand in hand, bruh. All of it do, man. I'm just saying, you gotta do better. Like, you got to. You can't want it more than the next person. That shit don't never work. Let them suffer the consequences. You can't keep bailing them out. In their situations. Sometimes a person need to go through something in order to get something. Sometimes a nigga need to be in jail to see their ways. Sometimes you bail a motherfucker out, they know you gonna bail them out, and they gonna keep doing it because they know you that crutch and you gonna do it for them. Sometimes let the nigga stay in there. You got yourself in there, stay in there. See how it is. For real. Like, especially if you got a teenager, he keep getting in trouble. He getting in trouble at school. He going to jail. He going to juvenile. You getting him out. Man, let that little nigga stay in there. Let that nigga stay in there, and he gonna meet a nigga in there named Bubba. It's always somebody bigger and badder than you. Pause. But it is somebody always bigger and badder than the next person. It is. Let that little nigga stay in jail. He gonna see a nigga. It's gonna be a nigga in there named Bubba. Bubba nigga, and he gonna be like, man, I ain't never coming back here. Never. So, man, sometimes you gotta let them. You gotta let they ass stay in there. Sometimes you gotta let a nigga fail before they get right. For real. Sometimes you got to let the person fall before they get up. Let that person fall. If he know you gonna always be there, if she know you gonna always be there, they gonna keep doing the same thing over and over and over again until you're fed up with it. Until you're fed up with their bullshit, until you fed up with their lying and cheating, until you fed up with it, they gonna keep doing it. So let that person stand on their own 2 feet. Don't keep bailing the person out. And I'm not talking about just jail. I'm not. Let the person fall flat on their face. Let the person fall flat on their face, and eventually they gonna be like, hey blood, I don't want to keep doing this no more. Maybe I do want to make a change. For real. Let the nigga fall, man. They eventually they'll get back to their senses. So that's all I wanted to say, man. That's all I wanted to say. And one more thing. Okay, we got good time. One more thing. Never say that would never happen to me. Never say that. Don't never say that would never happen to me, because it can happen to you. Like, I done seen the hardest person fall. I done seen the hardest nigga I know fall flat on their flat on their face. Looked up to the nigga. You feel me? Drugs is a hell of a drug. Drugs is a hell of a drug, bruh. Like, for real. The hardest nigga can be the softest nigga when they around them drugs. I'm telling you. Getting punched on. All type of shit. Like, it's just so crazy how drugs will do you. It is. Drugs is a cold game, just like this podcast. Drugs is a cold game. Like, when a nigga get hooked on drugs, all the morals go out the door. All the morals go out the door. I'm not gonna hold you. All that gangster shit, all that rah-rah shit, when them drugs hit your system, it's a wrap. And it's just crazy. I experienced that with my own 2 eyes. I get into that on a later episode, but drugs is a hell of a drug, bruh. It is. It'll take you out your character. I seen it. I seen it with my own 2 eyes with a family member. You feel me? But I ain't never said that would never be me, because you never know. Anything can happen nowadays. Like, the young niggas, they got some shit in a can. They got some shit in a can that they spraying, that they I don't know. It's like a canister, and then they hit it like some weed, but it's in a can. I don't know what that shit is. I don't know what it is, but I seen it. I seen it on a documentary of some shit or something that and it's cheap. I don't know if it get them high, or I don't know what it do, but it's a man-made drug. It ain't even a drug. I don't know what the shit is, but it's in a can. Just comment down below if y'all know what I'm talking about. It's some shit in the can, and I guess they getting high or something with it. I don't know, but this shit ridiculous, man. They making drugs out of anything. Like, they really are. I remember, like, niggas used to snort glue. Not snort glue, put some glue in a brown paper bag and sniff it. I seen that before. I don't understand this shit, but man, stay off the drugs. Stop being dopefein. Stop being alcoholics, man. For real. And don't be in denial about what I said. Don't be in denial. If you snorting powder every day, you're a dopefein. You smoking weed every day, you're a dopefein. If you drinking alcohol every day, you're an alcoholic, and so on and so forth. So somebody, I don't know who need to hear it, but somebody need to hear it. So let's get into memes of the week. Memes of the week. Why do most BBWs prefer slim man? Hey, that's a great question. That is. Why do most BBWs prefer slim man? Like, they do. Like, it be these big ass women, and they be having these little tiny ass niggas. I don't understand it either. I don't. I'm too fucking old to be worried about why a motherfucker don't fuck with me. Fuck you and your reasons. That's true. That is so true. I'm too fucking old to be worried about why a motherfucker don't fuck with me. Fuck you and your reasons. That's true. I love hearing rumors about me. You guys are very creative. That's a good one. I love hearing rumors about me. You guys are very creative. I don't care what nothing ugly said. Let's start there. That is facts. That's facts. I don't care what nothing ugly said. Let's start there. That's true. Once a man realized he would be all right with you, it's over for your ass. Man, that's facts. That's how I be feeling. That's how I feel now. I ain't gonna hold you. Once a man realized he would be all right without you, it's over for your ass. Man, ain't that the truth? That go both ways, though. That go for man and woman, but that is true, though. But yeah, that's the end of episode 21 of It's a Cold Game podcast. Y'all, if y'all need to talk, y'all want to hate, give me some advice or anything, hit my phone, 925-501-8650. That's 925-501-8650. It don't hurt to support, to hit the follow, subscribe, the like button. It don't hurt. It do not hurt. But I know how I go. I'll look at a nigga video all the way through and won't like or subscribe. But I stopped doing that lately. Now I'm liking and subscribing, because I want people to do that for me. But y'all not. But like, comment, subscribe, man, and tell a friend, and tell that friend, and tell a friend, and all the rest of that shit. But it don't hurt to support. My name is Scooby, and I approve this message. Deuce.